Yeah, man, I'm back. I'm back on this, man. I'm still kind of confused and in seeing how this whole YouTube streaming things work. I've done YouTube streaming before, man, but it's I don't know. I'm about to go back to Facebook, but I still don't understand the chat. I guess you got to be in something. I don't know. I really don't even know. I'm just gonna chop it up anyways, man. But I was talking about the comments that Slim Thug made about Russell Wilson, him being lame and that type of thing. Whatever, man. It's no, I was just saying, man. A lot of uh, man, this is tough, man. I really don't know how the hell you use this shit because there's some latency. I don't know if I'm live or not live. Anyways, man, I apologize, man. I apologize whoever's listening to me, man. But what got me a little bit uh is just how we put people in these boxes, man, especially in our black community. And when you see like a Russell Wilson, you know what I'm saying, kind of almost do the right thing and it's we're so embedded in degeneracy, like it makes people uncomfortable when you see that. That is lame. And I don't understand how the hell that could be lame. Like he can be called a lame. Uh it's like ass backwards way of thinking. If you are putting, your woman on a pedestal, the woman that you came and went and got, and what I'm saying, you going hard for her and you doing all that, somehow that's lame. Like, I mean, it's so just so annoying, It's so annoying to see that, man. Um, and some of the, like, what I'm saying, some of the street dudes, man, be the lamest people out there, man. A lot of people be, I mean, they be the main ones throwing salt on people. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think some of these guys be in so many beefs with each other, man? It's usually over females, man. It usually be over females. They be hating on dudes like Russell Wilson. And I'm not caping for Russell Wilson. I almost feel like I'm caping for him too hard, but it was just like I respect Slim Thug. I listened to his live video. He says a whole bunch of cool things, but you know you can't really put like a dirt bag's a dirt bag. Just because you have a clean haircut and you think about like you're all in the church and you say all the right things and stuff like that, doesn't mean that you're not a dirt bag. And if you want to talk about like lame dudes, a lot of dudes that be all up in the church and the pastor type dudes, square dudes, they be knocking off a lot of bitches, man. They be knocking off a lot of bitches, dog. They be the main ones, dog. That be banging all those broads like in the church and stuff like that. So I don't know why people be sleeping on them. And if females are crazy, and first of all, females are crazy. A lot of times they don't know what they want. A lot of times it's just easier to date like a bad boy or whatever, and they say they attracted to a bad boy. Sometimes they don't have a chance. I mean, they don't have no choice, man. If I'll use a celebrity example, it's like Black China. Black China, come on, man. She can, she'll get like I guess like a lame like Rob Kardashian and whatever. But Rob Kardashian probably got bitches. You know what? He probably got bitches, but everybody think that he's lame, just because, he's, fat and he's white and he's, this and that. And uh, they just think that he got lame and, the people were using him and shit like that. But you know what? He pulled that bitch. He pulled that bitch, and he probably had other bitches too. I'm just using that as an example. It's like men, you can't really, we're all dirt bags. Dirt bags. I mean, you can see it. A dirt bag can be like in a three-piece suit. A dirt bag can be, with a cut off tee and khakis and tattoos all over the place. You can't really judge that. You know what I'm saying? And like in females, they switch on a dime, they switch on a dime. And somebody just said that, dudes, we love with our eyes and females love with their ears. Sometimes it could be the time and the place where they want this guy, or a time and a place where they want that guy, and I was probably considered, a little bit of a lame probably growing up, but I can tell you what, man, I mean, I had a lot. I mean, I've had some pretty, bad bras try to choose me. They try to choose me over the street, dude. I had a couple situations where I had to kind of be like, man, you know what? No, I know you're, because I just didn't want those type of problems or whatever. But it happens, man. It happens, dog. And I mean, I don't know, I just want to say that. But another topic that I want to talk about, man, is freaking the president of the United States, man. I know this shit never gets old. The shit never gets old. A lot of people really, I don't even know what to say. It's like the denigration of the office of the presidency. I mean, it's already happened. It's probably happened a long time ago. But it's, in the social media age, it seems like it's more in the forefront. It's like a lot of degenerate behavior is being normalized. And I'm just kind of scared what's going to happen, in the future. What's going to happen in the future? What is the next guy going to do? Because they've already lowered the bar so low that, whenever Trump leaves, who knows what's going to happen? You might have a Trump 2.0, which is more ratchet than that. And then he might even have a bigger following. It's really, 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 really crazy that they've snuck in this type of degeneracy in our democracy. And it's kind of frustrating because a lot of people just don't see it. They just kind of they just kind of just follow it. You know what, Tariq Nasheed, I listen to him a lot, man. He's absolutely right, man. When he say that this white supremacy thing, a lot of people don't believe in it. I believe in it to a certain extent. That it's a religion, man. It is a religion, because just think about it when you're in a church, when the pastor says something, and that's not right, but because the pastor says it or the pastor does it, all of a sudden he legitimizes it, and all of a sudden it becomes gospel, and then all of a sudden you have people following it, and they'll make every excuse to normalize it, to make it seem not that degenerate. And I think that's what when you see the dynamics of white supremacy, the people that believe in it, it is a religion. It is a religion. Like when you see a cop shoots an unarmed teen that's running, and all of a sudden the justifications come up. Why he should have been complying. The whole normal rhetoric. It makes you believe this is a supreme. I mean, it is a religion, because only people that believe in a religion would justify it. And when you hear dog whistle language, and if I mean, I'm not going to say everybody's woke, but if you're woke, you can hear that dog whistle language. But the people that are following, I mean, that know what the whistle language is, they will deny it to to the cows come home. That is crazy, man. It's a crazy phenomenon that's going on. And you know what? I don't know at this point. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because it almost legitimizes everything that some of the freedom fighters have been saying for years. You know what? And they're peeling back the layers. They're peeling back the layers because we're living in an age where all this stuff is documented, and and people are learning and learning and learning and learning more, and they're becoming more woke. So the denial is at some point, the denial is not going to work anymore. The deflection is not going to work anymore. So I don't know if this is I still don't know if, well, I guess, 400 years, of the same thing, and people are still waking up and denying it. Maybe it's probably not a good thing. I don't know. It's really, really, it's really sad. I think one of the positives is the world can see now. The world can see now. Now it's not so secret, because we live in an information age, and people from the UK, people from Europe, from all over the world, Africa and stuff like that, see it live and live in color. They see it live and live in color. They're seeing those videos. They're hearing the rhetoric. You know what? It's almost, you can't really deny it anymore. You can't really deny it anymore. And I don't know. I really, I wish I had an answer for it, other than the only thing that people respect is money and death. They probably respect anything, but money and death is the only thing. Um, it's, I mean, I think at this point, like, he already knows that the black people in America are already subjugated. We already subjugated, even if they can bring it out to the forefront, and we have the economic power to kind of almost sequester ourselves from it, but we don't have the know-how and the knowledge to do that, because everything is all because anything that you do becomes, like, anything that we do economically becomes weaponized to use against us. If you look at hip hop, and I was like watching The Breakfast Club the other day, and I was watching Lear Cohen, and he is, I don't want to give him too much credit, but he's kind of almost weaponized hip hop, and they cornered him, and he kind of almost said it, what I'm saying? He's like, why, like, Charlie Made asked him, he's like, why are you promoting, rappers and stuff like that, if like, lean is a bad drug, if opioids is a bad drug, and you're saying all this bad stuff about opioids, you still, sign rappers and let them promote that shit. And he basically said, he got a family to feed, and which was very interesting to me, but that this is a weapon. This is definitely a weapon. Music is a definite weapon that they're using against our community. You know what? Because we're, you might have a fraction of us that really feel, that might be on some hot boy shit, that might be on some real killer shit. But if I grew up around my people, whatever, you might have 1 out of 10 that really feels that way. And even the people that hang around those type of people, they don't feel that way, because we come on, man, it's a very small percentage of those people. Like they say, like the weakest in the room are usually the loudest, and those hot boy type people, like the thug type people, they usually have a lot of hurt and insecurities, hidden behind all that bravado and all that masculinity, like false masculinity and stuff like that. Because the atypical Ray Ray and Pookie guy. How could you really, be confident as a man a lot of times when you can't take care of your responsibilities? And I'm not stereotyping those people, but the atypical guy that's in and out of jail, got a whole bunch of kids and stuff like that. You know what? That's a heavy burden, knowing that you can't fucking take care of your motherfucking kids. You can't take care of your home. You can't hack it out here. You can't hack it out here. So you know what? It's I'm gonna use the a defense mechanism. I'm gonna be, tough. I'm gonna, tote guns. I'm gonna, talk to all this big shit, because at the end of the day, I'm hurt. Saying my daddy wasn't there, my mama wasn't, was out here in the streets. I'm saying I didn't really have no damn guidance. So I'm going to, take it to a whole nother level. I'm gonna scare people. I'm gonna hurt people. Because think about it, man. If you look at the D boys in the street, like, the real D boys, that, they don't want to hurt nobody. They don't really want to hurt nobody, man. They don't really want to hurt nobody. Anybody that's like a real street dude or whatever, that's really in it for, survival and stuff like that, they don't want to hurt nobody. A lot of times they only get into things is out of, protection, or, that they don't really go out with the intention of hurting anybody. A lot of times they just get trapped in situations, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, man, like the hardest dudes, man, if you sit there and have a conversation with them, man, a lot of times that they don't be on that rah-rah shit. They don't be on that rah-rah shit at all. It's usually like a minion or somebody like that gets, it popping off. If you just thinking about your personal experience, especially, just anybody, have you ever had like a problem or thought you had a problem with somebody and you sat down and you talked about it? You talked about it man to man. A lot of the times it's not really a problem. Maybe times it's a misunderstanding. I want to say like 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10 times it's not. It's usually, someone that doesn't have anything to do with it, that amps up the situation, and they may have something to get off their chest about you, and it becomes like something stupid. I'm just saying, like, people that's living good and having money and doing all that, they don't want to harm nobody, man. They really don't want to harm nobody. But anyways, man, I thank you for you two for finally letting me get through something without this shit freezing up for me, man. I'm gonna get my technology back, but anyways, man, thank you guys for listening to my Sunday rant. I might fill up me another drink, but I'm about to go on Facebook, man. Make sure you guys check out my podcast, No Cupcake Zone. I'm in the building, man. You already know what it is, man. Holla at your boy.